Hey guys, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 with me, Time and Tactics. It is March 18th, 1939, 11 o'clock in the morning, and the war with Portugal is about to start. However, there's a few things we gotta take care of first, though. First of all, the Blue Army is ready. Well, kind of. It is on the border, set up on the border between Spain and Portugal. Everybody has pretty good experience level here. There's one unit that does not, but we don't have an offensive line designated for them, and we need that in order to take advantage of the planning bonus we can get. So let's go ahead and select, I'm going to select Lisbon only actually, right there. We're going to start from this direction. I guess that's fine. Let's take a look where everybody's going to go. Okay, so we're going to start, well, it's going to be an even attack. If I move it further north, we might start with the northern troops first. Maybe we'll do that. Edit mode, hold down shift, and pick the first territory here, and move it up. If we move it up there, let's see what happens then. Yeah, they do tend to come from the north first, right? Do they? Maybe a little bit more than otherwise. I think so. So let's go with this. So the northern forces here will be under the AI control and attack. But in the south, we have another army here. We have General Agustin Acuna. And remember him? That's the guy I picked because he was a panzer leader. And I was thinking, looking at my units here, I got panzer units here. Armored units, because my template includes 2 light tank destroyers. However, that's not quite enough to call that an armored unit, right? Right now we're sitting at 27% hardness, and I looked it up online, and it looks like you need at least 40% hardness in order for an armored commander, general, to be able to take advantage of his skill here, and in this case, he gives a 100% experience bonus to the units. So it's not going to help that way, but he's going to get better, and eventually we're going to have units with more than 40% hardness, right? Let's go ahead and use him anyway. And I think I want to add a few more units to the Red Army. Let's do that. We'll take all of these and right-click on him, and now we have 4 units. 2 infantry, 1 brigade, 1 division, and the 2 armored, motorized divisions there, not armored. And what we're going to do is, well, we're going to sit with them for a little bit until this army here, the blue one, has enough of the planning bonus done. Estimated plan value, minus 3.1%. That's not going to cut it, right? So that's taking care of the army, though. We're going to get more units in. There's one coming in here. That is fine. We also have a few more ready to go soon, but we're going to use them as reinforcements. We're not going to wait for them, if that's what it takes. And I think we're doing okay on material here. Yeah, we are. So, what do we do next? Well, we want to take a look at the Air Force, because remember we have all those close support planes, but they're up there in Madrid. I think I want to bring them down to, is it Sevilla, Cordoba here? Yeah. Because I want them to reach all the way down in this general area right here where we're attacking with the motorized divisions, right? So let's take them, these 2, the fighter wing, 50 planes, and the close air support wing. So move down there. Once they're there, let's go ahead and give them a mission. But before that happens, it's going to take a few hours, let's also take a look at our Navy. And this time around, remember that we had a naval battle when we fought the Republican Spain, right? But I wasn't really sure how it worked. I think I know a little bit better now, so let's take another stab at naval battles. First of all, here's the Navy screen. We have one fleet here, and the commander is Isidro Bugalal. Bugalal? Yeah, I guess so. We have a couple of fleets here, though. Actually, we have 2 fleets right there, and then we have a reserve fleet down here. What I want to do is, I want to create 1 fleet, because if you look at Portugal's coastline, it's all contained within a single sea area, Iberian coast, and that is a deep ocean here. Okay, so we'll have to see what that means, but if we select it, we can see the impact it has. Destroyers are going to get a chance to hit naval mine, minus 50. That's good. Movement, attack, and defense goes down, though. That's not very good. Light cruiser as well. Submarine has a few negative, a few positive. Other ships, only positive. So our battleship, heavy cruisers are going to be in good shape here, I think, right? Although they might take a hit. No, the naval mine is also negative 50 for them. Okay, so that's good. They're going to be right here. So let's have one fleet focused on this area, and we'll see what we're going to do with them. Right now we have a couple of ships here, right? Well, we have a couple of task forces over here. Let's combine them into one fleet first of all. I'm just going to select this one and then right-click in the other fleet, and I want to take my reserve ones as well. Okay, so now we have four strike forces here in this fleet. So the fleet is led by Isidro Bugalal here, and they're the four task forces here. We're going to be giving an order to the fleet as a whole where they're going to operate, and we're going to do that. Well, we're going to do that after we take care of this one light cruiser I noticed that's right here. This light cruiser is over here in, what is it, Murcia? Yeah, right over here. Let's take him and merge him with the main fleet up here. It can be used as a screening ship for our battleships and, well, our one battleship and the two heavy cruisers we have. So let's select the main fleet first, and that's important. We select that fleet first, then we hold down shift and select the other one. And now, if I select merge, we're going to take this one ship and merge it into the bigger fleet. I don't want to do it the other way around. I don't want to take my big fleet and have it sail way over there. That's why I select that one first. Let's go ahead and merge that. Now this ship here will come sailing and go to the port here in Cadiz. That's taken care of, right? So we can see here we have one ship on the way, one is detached, meaning it's not with the main fleet yet. Okay, we do have two other fleets or task forces as well, and they are both submarines. One, this one here with 6 ships, are of the early submarine hull type, B and C class. Then we have also the 7 here, 1936 submarine hull, and those are better. So the 7 there are the best ones. The question is, should we combine them and make sure we have a good force here? Well, it depends on what we're going to do, right? I was debating if I should do some convoy raiding here against the Portuguese. We might want to do that, or we could combine them. I think I'm going to combine them. Yeah, let's do that. Now, where are they located? They are, I think, if we select the fleet, we can see here, they are in Andalusia, both of them. Okay, great. So we can take those two, deselect that. Wait a minute, there's a light cruiser. Murcia, let's go ahead and combine these two. Now that they're combined, we have quite a few of them, 13 of those submarines. I think they're going to be strong enough. Well, I mean, Portugal, I don't think they have a huge fleet. So what we're going to do is, we're going to tell them, you're going to be patrolling. Select this, and right now, the fleet, not the strike force, but the fleet as a whole, has Western Mediterranean selected. We don't really need that. Instead, we're going to right-click on the, what is this one, Iberian Coast section, or province, area, sea zone. But we don't want the Western Mediterranean. Hold down shift and right-click, and now it's gone. So now this fleet is going to operate only in this area. So for the submarines, we know what they're going to do. They're going to do the patrol. What about our main fleet? Well, right now we have 13. One is incoming. We're going to tell them to be on strike force duty. And that means they're going to stay in port here in Cadiz. And when the right opportunity appears, and I don't really know exactly how that is determined, but we'll find out, they're going to sail out and they're going to be attacking in this area here. Obviously, it's going to be determined based on what the what this fleet finds, the submarine fleet, but I don't know exactly what they consider worthy of an attack. It may be, well, it's going to depend partly on this one here. Engagement rule, we're saying right now, medium risk. Only take a chance if it looks like we're going to win, I guess, is what it is. We can go down here. We'll take higher risk while engaging enemies, and we'll take fights against forces that have comparable strength. That might be good. Let's try that first of all. And we have that same thing set for the submarine fleet. So that's pretty good. Well, actually, this is the main fleet. This is the submarine fleet. So we'll do that. So they're set up correctly now. And we do have actually quite a few days of fuel left. Looks like we're almost capped out there at 400,000. Our max is 434,000. We're going to be using more now. Right now, everything is 0. There's no, there are no planes in the air, or there are no ships out and about. But as soon as I start the game, we're going to have them out and about. And here in the sea zone, we can see what's going on. One strike force is patrolling, and one is ready to go. Not strike force. One task force is patrolling, and one task force is on strike force duty. Okay, that takes care of the fleet. What do we need to do else? Well, I do think I need to mess around with the production. First of all, let me expand these. I kind of like to see what they are. It gets a little bit too tight there on the screen. Otherwise, we'll leave the boats compressed here. Okay, so remember all the close air support planes we have? We have, how many do we actually have? We have 23 in storage right now. 250 are out in the field. I think 23 is plenty in order to support and repair, or if something gets shot down, we can then reinforce them. So I kind of want to switch over to producing something else. And a good one to produce, I think, would be this one, Fighter 1. Because we're going to need more fighters. Right now we have 50 interwar fighters. When we go to war against France, and I'm thinking we're going to go war against France pretty soon, when Germany attacks, then we're going to need a lot more fighters. But that's going to be a while, 130 days from now. So maybe we'll keep this production going anyway. Just add on a few. What we could do, actually, now that I think about it, we also have another kind of plane. That is a naval bomber. I think we only have something like 12 of those right now. Let's take a look at that by going to the naval screen. The Air Force screen. We have 12. We need 13, we have said. That's not very many. That's not very many at all. Now, I could switch them over. Remember, it was 130 days before we get that new fighter that we are producing, that we are researching. 130 days right there. Well, if I switch this off here, I'm thinking, oh, wait, yeah, great. I can use these 3 factories to build myself a lot of those naval bombers. I get about, 5 a week? No, I won't. This is at 70% efficiency. So it would be kind of wasted if we're not going to do it for quite a while. Let's keep this close air support instead for a while longer, right? We have 12 military factories, 7 dockyards. Okay. So we can't really do much here, I think. Motorized, I want to keep that going for now. Yeah, that looks pretty good. What about our civilian construction? Not civilian, but non-military production right now. We're doing another fuel silo and then a refinery in Andalusia both. That's pretty good. I like that. And then 1 civilian factory in Granada. And then we're upgrading Valencia. After that, I think we probably have to... Well, let's see here. Valencia is sitting at... we have 2 out of 8 there. Okay, we are going to upgrade to 9 there. I guess that's fine. Then we should probably stop. Because we're getting very close to the war starting. Maybe I did build too much infrastructure. But, yeah, it's a gamble, right? Okay, so it's looking good here. We're working away. Working here as well. We're not going to do anything. I say we just continue. Oh, we do have 1 air wing, and that is the naval bomber. We could tell them to be ready to attack too, right? Couldn't we? I think we could. Right now they're operating on the Iberian region. That's not a very good thing to do. If you stay here, wait a minute, we could send them up there, couldn't we? And then reach further out. I think that's a good idea. Let's send them up there. And we're going down there with them. Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Let's switch over to the army screen, and let's go down to maybe 2-speed and take a look here what's going on. Nobody's going to attack just yet, right? We haven't told anybody to attack. They're going to wait here until they get better at this plan value. 2.2. Yep, it's going down. Oh, he's bringing down 1 more unit. Oh, he noticed a gap, and I told him he needs to... The blue army, they need to hold the whole line. Okay, that's fine. How else are we doing? Air wings with no mission. Okay, so now we're sitting... That's right, a few hours went by. We're now in our right spots. I'm thinking now we should probably tell them to get airborne, should we? Because we want to have them ready when the war starts. Maybe that's a bit too early, though. They're standing by. They're doing Iberian region, but nothing. They're not doing anything. Can I just tell them to go back home? I can't. They're not on standing by mode. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Look here. Standing by. 250 are standing by waiting for orders. And these are also standing by, so it doesn't really matter. I've just designated the zone that they're going to be in when they do start, when we do have a mission for them. But nothing right now. Okay, so that's good. And I just noticed, look at this here. Volunteers from the German Reich. Germany wants to send 5 divisions and their air wings. Well, let's take it, right? And we also have Italy, same thing. And they also want to send 5. Okay, we'll take that as well. When are they going to come in here? April 2nd at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's going to be 10 divisions? Well, that should be really good, shouldn't it? I think we're fine. As far as the war is concerned here, we are now at 50-50. War just starting. We have 45 factories. They have, well, not 45. I don't think they have 45. And they have 20 to 35 divisions. We have 25. And, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I know we have more manpower than they do. So let's go back to the screen, army screen, and let's see what happens here. We actually could keep an eye here, I think, right? Because right now we have one fleet that's patrolling. Yes, look at this here. If you go to the naval screen, by the way, F2, if you're on the army screen, you won't see it. But if you go to the naval screen, strategic, what is it called? Navy map mode, you will see what they're up to. And let's take a look at this real quick. We have, first of all, we know what this means here. By the way, this means we have a Pride of the Fleet, this little crown here. We have 13 ships here. None of them are capital ships, okay? And we are now patrolling here in this area. We have detected at between 0 and 2 capital ships in a fleet that's of size 6 to 12. And if we want to know a little bit more about that, we can select this fleet here, and they are 48% done locating it. Where exactly are they? Let's go down to 1 speed and see how quickly that goes. 49. It goes pretty quick, right? So once they find them, hopefully our fleet here down in Cadiz will sail out. It's not a given, I think, that they're going to sail out, depending on different criteria. I don't know all the criteria, right? We're telling them medium risk right now, so we'll see how that goes when they get to 100%. Let's go ahead and move it up to speed 3, and we'll get to 100 pretty quick. Now, I don't think the Portuguese, you can see that bar, by the way, that shows how quickly we get up there. I don't think the Portuguese are going to have a very large fleet, right? 94 now, I slow down. Let's see and take a look. So you can see the submarines patrolling everywhere which way here. They're not really in this area right here. They're just in this big sea zone there. 100% now. And let's see what happens. 100% locating. Come on. 9 ships now. Okay, they found them. It's the Flotilla Viana de Castello. 9 ships. Okay, no capital. So 6 to 12 was correct. Are we going to sail out? I don't know. Oh, they're coming out here. See? There is the fleet. They've determined, oh, it's there right here, that it is a worthy target. We're going to be medium risk. Oh, no, they're over there now. So that means the Portuguese fleet is moving around. Are we going to catch them? Well, we were pretty quick, but they're pretty quick too. We'll see if we can actually catch them. The fleet is here, still locating them. So we're kind of circling the Portuguese fleet. Going up there now. But if we don't get it closer to a sea zone, then we have to switch the whole time. That's the problem, right? We'll see how it goes. Okay, there we go. Going on speed 1 now, just to get an idea. First time around. Let's take a look at it. Okay, catch him. Get up there. Nope, didn't quite make it to that zone, so now we're over here. That fleet probably is much quicker than ours. If there are no capital ships... Oh, he's over there now. If there are no capital ships... There we go. So there is the battle now. We caught them right here. And we are immediately in battle. Sometimes you see them show up here. They're trying to engage. Not all of them show up. Let's take a look at this screen in more detail now. I think I know it maybe a little bit better. We have no submarines that would show down here, and our losses would show down here. They have 9 of these destroyers now, considered light ships, together with light cruisers. And there's no capital ships back here. They're not protecting any convoys or anything, so they're just by themselves. We, on the other hand, we have 3 light cruisers and 8 destroyers. And I don't know the composition or the numbers you need to protect. But if we go up here, we can see at our screening efficiency right now, we have 11 screening ships, so those 8 destroyers and 3 light cruisers, and they can screen up to 2.7 ships, capital ships, back here, based on the positioning that we have. And positioning is up here, 88%. So you can see we go down there by 5.7% because we're not perfect. So we're almost screening them all the way, meaning it's hard for these destroyers to get close and fire off torpedoes, for instance. So that is good. And then behind them we have our 2 heavy cruisers and 1 battleship. They're going to do the most damage, right? Together we have 36 light guns, which are effective against screening ships, which would be these destroyers, and we have a couple of 58 heavy guns. They might not do as much damage, I guess, on these destroyers as they would on heavy cruisers, battle cruisers, and battleships back here, but still pretty good. We also have torpedoes. Torpedoes are effective against capital ships, but you got to get close to do it. So if we didn't have a screen here and just have the battleship and the heavy cruiser, they would do a lot of damage, is what I'm thinking. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on this battle and see. Oh, okay, so now they split up, and the reason they split up is because this here, they took damage. Look at that, 25% and 25%, both of them there. And we have 6 ships who are not damaged, and we can actually look, do we see that here? I don't think I can see just yet who actually they took damage from. No, it doesn't say. But it says up there by heavy guns and by light guns, right? How much damage they've taken. And heavy guns would be on our battleship and a cruiser. And we can go back to production screen if we wanted to and look at the battleship, how it's decked out with guns. We would see that they would have heavy ones there. Okay, looks like one of our cruisers here is taking damage. 99.4% strength. And this one here, yep. But I think they're in bad shape. In fact, look at that. 2 of the destroyers are sunk by the ARE Canarias and the Republica. And the Canarian, where is that one? That's Republica up there. See that one? Light cruiser, okay. And it sunk what? The Republica. Total damage received 25 by light guns 6, by heavy guns 18. I don't know if the light cruisers have heavy guns. We can look at that in a minute. We can take a look at that after the battle, maybe. But anyway, they are now retreating. You can see the double arrows there. They are going to get out of there, basically. So daily escape progress speed, 32.6%. They're right now at 3.9%. Once you get to 100, they're out of there. So we'll see if these guys are going to make it too. We'll just go on speed 1. I think they're taking quite a bit of damage here. So now everybody's taking damage, it looks like. 6 ships here. Yeah, you get all the stats here. Their speed, their what the Admiral can do. It looks like there are twins there, almost. Although we do have a slight advantage there. So that's good. So four ships now. The Republica, Canarias, España, and Republica. You know, the Canarias, isn't that the one back here? That is one of the heavy cruisers there. And the España is our pride of the fleet, our battleship there. So there's 5 left. They are trying to flee, but you can see the strength there, 34%, 97%, 90%, yeah, 31. They're not going to make it, I don't think. We might just sink them all here, right? We might. We're using up fuel, though, as you can see there. And there was the end of the battle, it looks like. Okay, good. So that's over here. We can look at that, click on that icon over there. And here's the stats. We don't have to see it, but let's do it. 9 of those destroyers were sunk. And we get all the damage here. How much did we do? Well, the Republica did 30% of the Lima and so forth, the enemy ships, right? And it had the killing blow against the Diego Gomez there, for instance, right? How did the España do? Early heavy ship hull, that's the one. Killing blow for 3 of the destroyers there. That is great news. Some of them wouldn't do very much damage, maybe. They do a little bit there. Like if you're a destroyer, you may not have done much. Although, this one here, the destroyer, did kill the Vuga there. They didn't do much damage on us. This one here, Almirante Fernandez, 8.3 damage. So we do have damage. So if we look at our fleet now, I think our main fleet will be going home to repair. We sunk one enemy ship here, 3 assisted kills. Sunk 5, 0 assisted. Repair now. We can tell them to do that. I think they're going to go back anyway, because I have repair priority high. It will decide to go home if the ships have suffered light damage. And I think this qualifies for that, right? We can change it after all, if we want to say never go back. Let's click on OK. But I think they're going to go home. They're going to go home anyway because they have nothing else they are doing. There's no other fleet there. And in fact, we may not have any other fleet there. What we could do, if there is 9 of them, that we sunk 9 destroyers. Why don't we take some of these submarines, the older ones, and split them off, and they can go ahead and hunt down the convoys of Portugal now. I think that might be a good idea. So if we have these 13 submarines, we're not going to do this. We're going to split in half. We could do that or create a new task force. Let's do that. Not all submarines. We're going to take the early ones. B is the worst one we have. I think we should take both B and C, maybe. So we'll take B and C. There you go. So now we have 2 task forces. We'll take... is this the one? I think it is. No, that's our early submarine. Did we lose one? Oh, we have one in a reserve fleet. Oh, did we build one? I think we probably did. Anyway, let's go back here. So the 7 we have over here, we can just select it actually. Those are the... No, those are the early ones. 1936. Okay, I must have selected the wrong one. If we select all again and pick this one now. There they are. B1... Oh, B class. Yeah, I was reading the wrong thing. These are B and C. 1936 submarine hull. But they're a C class, actually. These are not as bad as these. We should take them and split them up, right? We shouldn't... Well, let's use them anyway. Let's take these and use them to find where the convoys are. Convoy rating, we'll do that. We don't have to select the C zone because that's selected on the fleet level, right? So now that's done. We can have the other one... Well, should we have the other one still continue looking for the enemy? Yeah, probably, right? It's a good idea. Okay, back to the army. Nothing yet, right? Because we are waiting here. They're training, not training. We're waiting to get our planning speed improved 13%. Wow. Not very good, is it? Did we make it there with our unit? Yep, we did. He's right there. He's moving down here, all the way down here. Okay. Once he's there, we should have an improvement because you get a big negative modifier because not all your units are in position. So let's have him go down there. Let's go up to speed 3. Our fleet is going back home, and I think that means that they're repairing, right? So now let's see what we got here. Research finished. Passive sonar. Let's look at that. Sub-detection 4% or 4, and production cost 50. Okay, so we're doing more of the Navy side of things because if we are going to be at war with the Allies, the British fleet's going to be very impressive, right? And I'm thinking maybe I can build up a fleet that can compete at some level. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Are we going to get more of these improvements for our Navy? Maybe. What else do we need to get, though? If you're looking over at the industry side of things, it's pretty good. We could improve the production efficiency cap. That would be an option. Or construction. Factory repair speed 10% and construction speed 10%. Also good, right? That's 155 days. Engineering. We don't have radio detection. That would help us to get radar stations. And the radar stations would help us against enemy air forces, right? I think it would. I haven't used them before, so I'm not an expert. We can take a look at them. We don't see much here, but we can get intel on enemy troops in nearby states. Very helpful, right? If we're up there against the border with France, right? So effective range of radar will increase by the level you have. So that's level 1. Also better detection of enemy air forces, like I thought, giving your planes a better chance to engage them. So if we have a big air force with a lot of fighters, trying to protect our units on the ground, we have that air force, it can take advantage of that radar. And then they're increasing detection of enemy fleets at sea as well. Probably pretty good. If we do pick it, we can then go down and get more radar down here. Yep. Alright, that is on the engineering side of things. What about doctrines? I want to keep that going. We're not doing anything just yet. I think that might be because we are doing doctrine effort. Yep, that's exactly why. Okay, so we're not going to do that. What about straight up infantry here? No, nothing I want to do yet. Well, I could go for the improved weapon, right? But it's going to take 155 days, and then we have to build the weapons as well. Although the war with France is coming soon, so that's another thing we can keep in mind. Here, there's always good things to get, like field hospital. You keep your guys, experienced guys, around longer. Armor. Well, we have already kind of committed to having that light tank destroyer, so I don't think I need anything there. We're doing improved artillery. The anti-air upgrade. Remember, we have anti-air in our infantry units. That could be something you want to do. then we would be basically protecting ourselves if we're defending the border against France. But not for now, I don't think. So maybe we do want to go back and say we want that radar detection. And then it would be interesting to put a radar station, which we can do here but under construction. We can put it, where is it at? We don't have access to it yet. Not nuclear, obviously. Oh, here. Radar station. So these here are state buildings. So they have their own level limit. So it doesn't really impact anything else. We can build it. It would just cost 3,375 civilian industry construction points, right? All right. But anyway, enough of that. What else do we have coming in here? Missing equipment production. Missing equipment. Oh, naval bomber. We said not to do it. I think that's a good call because right now we're already up to 30 of these close air support planes. I want to wait till I get that fighter, 120 days, before we go and switch over to the fighters, right? And at that time, we'll have such a huge number of those spare fleets, spare planes. It's going to be fine, right? Oh, wait, we have a battle here. Volunteers coming to our aid. Oh, the Italians. I already sped up to speed 5 there. Valencia, they are there. And the Germans are there as well. Great. But we do have a battle here. What's going on? Oh, 6 undetected submarines against convoys trying to withdraw. But we're going to sink a few of those, I think. Because I don't know if the Portuguese actually have anything left. And you can see here, we're sitting here and kind of waiting, patrolling, looking for our convoys and waiting with our main strike force in port there. So that's good. What did we say about oil, though? Or fuel? How are we doing? Well, it looks like the Navy is consuming a bit, but not more than we are making. Consuming 391 per day. And we are making, 508, right? So next up would be to, maybe what we'll do is, as soon as we get the units up here against the border, let me see, we attack. This plan here, what is it now? It is risky still. Division still preparing. Really? Okay. You know what? It's risky because we are coming from this direction, I think. It is not a good way to come with the army being spread out like that. Let's select him and say edit, and we'll hold down shift, and we'll pick this and drag it down to here. And we'll see if that's going to make a difference a little bit later on anyway. But I'm out of time, guys. This was a quick little intro to naval combat, I guess. But next time we will attack Portugal. Bye, guys.